Hit it.
I think you're good.
Welcome
yeah.
to Three Wheel Bicycle.
Week 47. Happy Friday, everybody. How is everybody? Hope everyone's week was amazing.
Yeah. Back
Live
home.
from Casper, Wyoming.
Yeah, that's right. Casper, Wyoming.
Yeah. Yeah, you said Casper.
Not Colfax.
Yeah. No shit. Yeah, so I'm one of the I can't even talk now. I'm one of the hosts, Stevie V, and we got
Jake Sears.
Chia, and we got somebody else new.
Yeah,
Today.
I guess this week.
Yeah, it's Eric Vollmer. You might know me as SRH Soldier or SRH Gamer on Twitch and Twitter. Also of Team Saison. I'm official core member of Team Saison Protocol.
Copy that.
Yeah, hell yeah. We're happy to have you on the show.
Yes, super cool. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, you
Good
guys.
old time.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll just get into like the local stuff, and then we'll get into all this rad shit that you were talking about for the.
Yeah, we could talk about it.
Stop it,
Dude, you know what?
dude.
It's gonna be a long night.
It is. It is. So anyway, on June 26th, there is a juvenile diabetes fundraiser out of Alcova. It starts at 11 a.m. and goes to 8 p.m. It's at Open Beach, and Jason Ford's gonna be out there. Joey Patterson's gonna be out there. Ukulele Turk's gonna be out there. From Ash to Stone's gonna be out
Where is
there.
this at?
Hold on, I'm not even done yet. Advised Against is gonna be out there, and the fucking Shivers, dude,
When?
with a live painting from Stacy Howard.
Super badass.
Yeah, June 26th. Yeah, I know. That's the Comic-Con.
When does
day.
it start? Your Comic-Con shuts down at like 5, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll make it.
Yeah.
We read our own booth.
Whoa, fuck yeah. Well, the other thing, I'm going to Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you want to know more about that, talk to Andy Thole or Christine Heinchin. Sorry if I butchered your name. I apologize. But yeah, and the other thing we got going on tomorrow at 8 a.m. Yellowstone Garage downtown.
Yeah.
They're having Cruising with the Oldies car show.
Yeah. Yeah. And it starts. Yeah, it starts at 8 a.m. or whatever. I'm sure it goes on longer than that. Like I think 8 a.m. is like the kickoff. They got it's hash browns and hot rods, like breakfast with all the events and shit. So.
I'm sure they're gonna have some cool shit out there.
Really good hash browns.
Yeah.
And the last thing that I saw, I went to check out C85 Pump Room the other day. They're having their first annual summer aloha luau. I'm not sure how you say that.
Sounds very festive.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna have like a pig roast, and there's gonna be bands and stuff. That is actually Saturday, June 26th as well. There's a lot of stuff going on. Yep. But yeah, go check out that C85 Pump Room if you haven't. We didn't really try the food or anything, but pretty fucking gnarly.
It's on the NAR.
It's on the NAR bar.
Don't
Don't ever do that again.
Hey, you know what? Quit fucking back. He's supposed to go on. He's been kind of dude.
So I came here to actually be a boss.
Yeah.
Fuck her.
Just kidding. And I guess the last thing for kind of the local stuff is congratulations to all the 2021 graduates.
Yeah, heck is cool.
Way cool. Congratulations, guys.
Man, that's crazy. I got a kid doing that here in a couple of years. Just like, that's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
right behind that's another one going. It's like, jeez.
Yeah.
My little brother is going tonight. He graduated my little brother George.
Oh, way cool.
Congratulations.
Hell yeah.
Good George. Well, hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Chad, what's up, my brother? Love you, dude. He says happy birthday to Riley.
That's pretty dope.
Corey, the real story. What's up, man? Eric Judge, Deborah.
Oh, hey.
So what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
And actually, to correct real quick, it's my little brother Jesse. Well, I still have time to correct that.
Oh,
My little brother George is actually picking my daughter up to take him there right now, so no mix up there.
Yeah.
whatever. Potato, potato.
Yeah, it would have came up at like a family supper. Or
Oh
whatever.
man, I gotta kind of save myself from those.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah. We edit stuff. Well, anyway, so let's hear it, man. Let's hear the gig.
Like,
The
yeah,
safe zone.
what do you do? Let's talk
Yeah.
about what you do, your brand, all the good stuff. Let's hear about it. Right?
Well, first, I guess probably the best thing to do for introducing everybody that might not be familiar with crypto is to start where I got introduced. I got introduced to cryptocurrency back in 2010, and that's when they were still doing Silk Road. I don't know if you guys are familiar
Not a
with
clue. I didn't even know it was
No.
around that long. I thought it's been like, heard Bitcoin back, probably 4 or 5 years ago. I was like, yeah, whatever.
And we're still very infantile as far as mainstream adoption, but back in 2010, and even before that, there was Hashcash before it was perfected, and they came out with the Bitcoin. And one of the first big things that everybody was doing with Bitcoin was Silk Road, and it was a dark web website. Like you had to use Tor, the Onion router.
I got a favor, real quick. Like, for our listeners and for us, like, the most basic way you can explain crypto.
All right.
It's real quick. Like, your idiots guy, super dummies, fucking kind of bullshit. Crypto. Like, real quick.
Crypto, I mean, it's as real as like you want it to be. There is a lot of uses, mainly crypto. When you think about it, encryption, cryptography. That's where it all came from. So it is basically an encoded transaction that's on a permanent ledger when you're speaking of regular Bitcoin. That way you can keep track of transactions at all time. But the worth ultimately comes from basically almost being at this point like the gold establishment. The use of Bitcoin right now, it's so expensive for a transaction that actually trying to spend Bitcoin isn't like the most useful thing to do. You're going to be charged a whole lot of fees. But the idea behind these cryptocurrencies was to be able to make transactions and keep sure everything's authentic, be able to track the transactions, know that like your money is secure. And by secure, I mean also like when you're holding on to it, it's only as secure as like the exchange you hold it on to. I do recommend if you get into it, look at cold storage wallets. You're going to want to look up like a Ledger Nano or something to keep everything on. Your money is never safe on an exchange because it can be rugged, it can be hacked. But
So like, let me get this straight because it's kind of like a layman's terms kind of thing.
Yeah.
I guess, but like, so. Hey man, can I borrow $5 from you? Do you just like fucking kind of like PayPal type shit? Is that like kind of how that works?
it's super similar. Nowadays, I mean, back in the day, every cryptocurrency basically had to have their own wallet. Nowadays, we've got like the Binance Smart Chain, we've got the Ethereum blockchain. Basically, you can actually tie a crypto into their chain and then hold your crypto on either MetaMask or Trust Wallet, are two of the big wallets right now. And so basically, yeah, if I wanted to send you $5 worth of a currency, I could have you download MetaMask, and then basically after you have your account set up, it's going to give you 12 seed words, and you're going to want to keep those seed phrases super safe because basically those are the way that you can get back into your wallet if you ever lose your password, lose your keys, and that's what's going to save you. You're going to get a lot of phishing people trying to get your 12 seed words. But once you've got that app, you make sure you're secure. Then you can just copy the address or even set up a QR code. I can scan it off of your phone and I can go in there and I can send my currency over to you, basically based off your address. Plus whatever gas fees you might have based on the chain. Like you're going to be paying in BNB if you're using like a Binance Smart Chain coin, and you'll be paying in Ethereum gas fees if you're on the Ethereum blockchain.
So why is this shit so attractive as celebrities? They just couldn't afford to just gamble on it? Is that what it is?
I really do think too. Like
It sounds like gambling to me.
a lot of currencies nowadays. There are hundreds coming out every day. A lot of that stuff is a gamble. That's why I say, and I probably should start right here, that anything I mention on this podcast is not financial advice.
Yeah, we're just gonna clear that up.
I've got to say that to myself every morning. Make sure I know that. But basically, yeah, a lot of the want and everything comes from people getting into new projects. There's basically anything you can think of is a project that's out there. You've got anything from crypto-powered, like Instagram-style applications. You've got just different forms of social media where people can tip you, or if they like your comments, you get a crypto for it, like Steemit.
So if somebody would like a comment or something like that, like during like our live feed or whatever, like somebody could actually shoot us cash or what?
Yes, you would actually, you'd be getting money kind of like on Twitch. You can go onto Twitch and you can tip people with bits. And like you buy the bits and whatnot, except for this is to where it's actually going to be fueled where they can tell within the smart chain itself, like this comment has a bunch of likes, and then the platform can read the likes and actually reward you without even having to take it out of people's pockets. It's just built into the chain itself.
Huh, that's fucking wild.
It is.
Just get paid to fucking fuck around on media pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's something for everything. The big thing with Bitcoin was, secure transactions, making sure your cash is secured, making sure when you send things over, it's secured. Ethereum kind of took that over, and they really introduced like the smart contracts, and that's where you start getting your NFTs, which are the non-fungible tokens that I'm sure a lot of people have been hearing about lately. I know the WWE just released NFTs for The Undertaker, and they're exclusive moments that you can only. Each one's authenticated, and there's like a gold, a platinum, and your bronze level. And I think the person that bought the platinum actually got an all-expense paid trip to WrestleMania this year for buying it.
Gotcha.
So you can tie all sorts of neat things and contracts to it as well.
Huh.
So one of the things I do remember, like I haven't really followed this shit at all, like it's like whatever. But I do remember a while back, like when Bitcoin started kind of hitting the airwaves and shit. Like the big knock with the governments about it was like you could pretty much buy arms from Saudi Arabia and China and fucking it's not tracked or anything like that. That's a big thing that they were all freaked out about.
I'm glad you actually mentioned that, because going back to that Silk Road that I was talking about earlier, is back then around 2010, 2011, there was a group called Silk Road that you would access through the Onion router, and you could buy anything from drugs to guns to assassinations.
Yeah, that was the other shit. You could get on the black market and use your crypto to buy fucking heroin and fucking
anything you wanted was out
shit
there.
To your house from fucking China.
And people, really, I guess, the people that were doing that kind of stuff didn't realize or didn't care to read. We've got a lot of people that you should always do your own research, always see what something's trying to perform. One of the most important cases with crypto is a use case. If something doesn't have a use case, then, I mean, what's the use? Right. Literally. So, but all these people were like, oh, well, I can log on over here to Tor, I can get on Silk Road, and I can buy these drugs. Well, Bitcoin itself is a giant ledger. If somebody were to send me a Bitcoin right now and I wanted to take the time, I could go back and trace every transaction from every fraction of the Bitcoin that was sent to me. I could tell you that you bought a hooker in Tijuana in 2012.
Cool.
Like it's all traced on the blockchain. And I mean, that's just like one of the things that happened is Silk Road ended up getting shut down. A lot of people that made those transactions, they were easy to track because it was a private ledger. And I mean, the government was able to actually like follow that ledger and squash everybody. And I mean, there are cryptos that do try to be like translucent almost, to where you can't see it. Like, and there's things like coin mixers and whatnot to try to get around that. But ultimately, everything is traceable.
Right. If it's on the web, it's traceable. Right. So we kind of touched on it a little bit before the show, and like, maybe explain that the people like me, what I got out of it was like the whole reason why people do this is because our dollar's so fucked up anyways.
Yeah, 100%.
Is that truth? Like, we're just losing faith in Bitcoin. And what I did notice about Bitcoin, anytime the S word, the stimulus, got brought up, that shit went through the roof.
It did. Like, people
because they're just borrowing trillions of dollars out of thin air. Like, you know what? They can do it. We can fucking buy memes, you know?
Oh,
Why the
100%.
fuck's not? And it's not backed on gold or anything. It's just backed on faith that we actually fucking believe the dollar's worth something. But
Exactly.
actually, the only reason why those checks are worth something is because we thought it was necessary, which it was. Everybody's out of work. So therefore, the only worth was the necessity. It wasn't the faith in the fucking dollar. It's just
Exactly.
tanked. It tanked a long time ago. Like, I don't know.
People are ready to get out of that, go to something that's more lucrative, and then
Yeah.
that's why basically Bitcoin right now, they call that the digital gold.
I mean, we
Yeah.
I don't know. I do. You probably know this shit too, but I do remember hearing like the reserve switch from like not being backed by gold. Like, what is it backed by?
I don't know. Honestly, if you ask me, I think if they broke into
Maybe.
Fort Knox, there'd be no gold, maybe some alien technology. That's where the
That's
real
probably
Area
just
51 is.
Some fucking dude with a gun. And he's like,
They're never going to check here because obviously there's no money. Hide the aliens here.
Yeah. Fucking aliens, man.
But no, I got a tweet earlier from, we'll give credit to Rise
What's up,
here.
Travis?
And the tweet came, these scam coins are getting crazy. Someone shilled to me one today. It has a $27 trillion market cap, 20 trillion in circulation, unlimited supply cap, one node, 25% of supply was minted in the last 6 months, and 1% of holders own 30%. Just kidding, that's the US dollar.
Yeah.
And I mean, if any crypto were to try to go based off of that, they're not going to do well. We have coins like stable coins, and the stable coins are pegged mostly to $1. They'll fluctuate by like just decimals. But we do make coins that are pegged to the dollar, so that way, if you're on a site and you're trading, say you're on Bitmart or Binance or whatever you're trading and buying your crypto, and all your money's in Bitcoin, but you know it's going to crash, you know it's going to go down, you want to pull out. So you can pull out and actually put your money into the USDT stablecoin and know that whatever that value of that coin is always going to peg right around $1, and then you can use that to buy back in. It's basically a crypto version of USD.
Dude, he said pull out.
Yeah, I know. Hold out.
Forget about it.
My couch pulls out, but I don't.
Jesus. Too funny, too funny. Oh, what else you got? You got anything else?
Well, let's see. We touched on Silk Road, which I mean that was a really fun one, and I mean it was crazy. You really could get just anything you wanted off of there. Just people didn't really follow the
Right, it's off the
instructions
black
of what was
market.
going on there.
So, like, okay. Say I go and buy heroin from some fucking Chinese guy, which obviously I'm not going to do. But let's say I got better shit to do with my money. So I send the guy the man. I fucking forgot, dude. If I send money to you, like that was a stupid fucking question. I already know the answer to it. Obviously, I'd get ripped off if I sent you money. I mean,
Yeah, that's your ass up. You give me all the money you
Yeah,
want,
this is-
dude. What you got? Let's try that in real life.
This is pretty good stuff.
What's up, Levi? Kamikaze kid.
What's
Going up,
happening?
Levi. Yeah, basically all that was trackable. Then we got into smart contracts, so you could buy crypto kitties, different things like that back in the day. And people started realizing, especially lately, there's a huge NFT boom, which what an NFT is a non-fungible token. And you can basically authenticate it by when you create that token saying this is one of a kind. Like you will always know where it originated from, who the artist was, however many were available. And you can, just basically sell your art and always have credit for it. It's like, you could have the Mona Lisa, somebody could repaint it and claim it. But if somebody rips off your NFT, you'll always know which one the authentic one is by being able to trace it on the blockchain.
Gotcha.
So it's a really great tool for artists. Also, I was going to say back in 2014 was when I really started getting strong into crypto because I almost bought 300 Bitcoins because I was going to purchase something off of Silk Road. We're just not going to say what.
Hooker!
Whoa, hey. But yeah, I was going to make a purchase, and I kind of wish that I would have bought it because, I mean, me back then, I started seeing everybody kind of getting cracked down on, and I was honestly a little afraid that the FBI was going to bust in my door just for owning Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And I mean, even with government regulations right now, it's always been such a gray area thing that it's hard to, people that don't know how they're going to get taxed, and people, like, the government keeps changing how we want to tax it, what it is, or if it's even legal. Like, there's been a lot of companies that were shut down for being illegal ICOs because it turns out they were securities because of the way that they carried out their plans. So like the white papers and everything are becoming more and more increasingly important.
I suppose I should have asked you. You're not allergic to dogs, are you?
No.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, too late now.
Yeah.
So yeah, in 2014, I got involved with Bitcoin Plus. I was basically me and the developer at the time, and I took over and helped build the community. And one of the coolest things about Bitcoin Plus is I did leave at the end of 2014 after buying 500 million Dogecoins that I'll throw in that I don't have anymore. God, I really wish I did. But I left in 2014. I built a really strong community with Bitcoin Plus, and it's kind of cool because a lot of coins from 2014 don't exist anymore. A lot of them went under, they didn't follow through. And
so then you're just essentially fucked then, right?
exactly. You got to really kind of pay attention. There's a lot of coins or exchanges that shut down, and if you didn't get to them by a certain date, like whatever money you had invested is gone. Like I had several exchanges that were shut down. I missed the cutoff to grab any of my coins out of them. But shout out to Bitcoin Plus because the community took that over and they're still running today. Like that is still a valid cryptocurrency that's still going.
Yeah.
And so seeing them that they were still going, I decided that I wanted to get back into crypto again this year. And I found a young currency right now. They're only about 2.5 months old. They were about just a little less than a month old when I found them, and that's when I stumbled upon SaySum Protocol. And I really liked what they were aiming for. SaySum Protocol, like what we're working on is towards green energy solutions and rewarding people for using green energy for using solar panels. Yes, ethanol.
Well, no, the fucking turbine
Oh,
that
yes,
sets the
the
car
turbines,
that recharges your fucking hybrid battery.
Which is, and all these, we have tons of technology that we could use, but I mean, don't try to come out with anything too cool because you might, end up taken out by a government. They don't like that if you get too far ahead of them.
You're like, whoa.
Great. We got the fucking government.
You're welcome.
The spooks, man.
Yeah.
The fucking spooks.
Oh, speaking of that, I was gonna do some research. I'll probably do it next week. What do they call them? Like shadow people or whatever. There was some pretty weird shit today.
I am familiar with the shadow people.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yes.
Well,
I'm not familiar with that one personally on a personal level, but I am familiar with the shadow people.
I've heard of the meth shadow people.
Oh, yeah.
Like
But
people being up for 10 days.
no, there's like some kind of. Do you know all of it right off the top of your head?
Not really off the top of my head. I do know that I may have ran across the path of some during a paper route at one time when I was out of town. And basically what I can say is I left my phone on a bench and I was doing a paper route. I just kind of stopped over at one of the parks and sat down and everything. I left my phone on a bench. And when I realized I left it, when I got back on my route, I ran back right away to pick it up, and it was just like sitting in the middle of like a circle of rocks. And there was like nobody else around. It was just me pulled over. Like there was nobody at the site or anything.
Crazy.
And I was like, all right, I'm just going to go back and get my phone. What is this? And I never really talked about it to this day.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that. That's pretty cool.
I was actually
throw that phone away.
I was actually training a fellow driver, so they could actually vouch for the fact that it happened. I may have like smudged it with a little bit of incense. I don't believe in that stuff, but at that point, you got to do something.
Yeah.
And Ghostbusters was not available.
I would have just put it. I would have put it rice, man.
Yeah, solves everything. It would have sucked the spirits right out of it.
Dude, that's like how you fix your car too, man.
Exactly.
Just put it in rice.
Drive into a rice factory. Cars fixed.
Crashed into a rice factory, came out better.
That's funny.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
only if it's a never
Well,
mind.
they
A Japanese car.
When I briefly like looked into it or whatever, it was from somebody had taken a picture like years and years ago, and they like caught one of them, but it was like this really tall black image and shit. But yeah,
Kind of like Shaq.
yeah, kind of like Shaq, yeah, in the background. Nobody could probably see him, but yeah, I'll have to do a little more research. So the people that actually consistently listen and watch the podcast, we fucking love you.
Yeah, we
So
do.
they follow through.
We do
Yeah.
fucking love it.
So we will, talk about that next week. Shadow people, and oh yeah, we got some other cool stuff happening too next week. We're gonna chat and do.
Oh yeah. We got a cool little game.
Yeah.
We gotta find a cool guest, so
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a guest on.
hopefully.
Yeah. See.
If not, it'll be a
Yeah.
pretty short episode. We'll probably be past that.
Yeah. I think. Well, I'm sure he won't do it, but we got Ronnie Gonzalez at some point. You know.
Ron gone.
Yeah, he's gonna join us and talk about his welcome to the fist fight. No, that's pretty cool shit. What that guy's doing.
Welcome to this night.
Yeah. Whoa.
Just kidding.
Now he's getting.
What kind of show is it?
Yeah.
I quit.
Yeah. Better write
Yeah.
that down. Shadow people.
But yeah, we're gonna do a cool little segment if anybody wants to join me.
Yeah.
Like nobody watching right now, so we're talking. About
That's
it.
alright. That's alright.
Yeah, we're gonna do trivia.
Yeah.
We're gonna go up and down the table, just ask a question, like every 5 minutes or so. If you lose, you take a shot.
Yeah.
Pass it on next.
I guess it. Yeah. 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 I don't even know. Should we do like maybe sports trivia?
Or just grab a fucking deck of Trivial Pursuit
Yeah.
cards or some shit. I don't know. Which
Yeah.
we aren't sponsored by them.
No, we should be though. I mean, we
Yeah.
could give out.
Oh,
trivia.
you know what though? Is fuck Jeff Dunham.
Oh yeah, hashtag fuck Jeff Dunham.
Ooh. It's kind of loud. Pick him up and shove him up your ass.
Yeah, that's pretty much how we feel about Jeff Dunham.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
One day,
I
hopefully,
love-
he'll come on here. That'd actually be awesome.
Yeah.
Would we be fans or would we just glare at him the whole time?
Well, I don't know. We did meet Flash Gordon last year at the Comic Con.
Flash Gordon.
Yeah. He was. I don't know. What was your thoughts of Mr. Flash Gordon?
Oh, flashlight.
Yeah.
Flash boredom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, he didn't say a whole fucking a lot. You know, kind of took a picture, offered to buy like one of your paintings, and was like, "Cool, later."
Yeah. Yeah.
Flash.
Yeah, it's like that wasn't that fast.
It was
You've
kinda-
fucking seen it.
It was kind of cool though. Like it reminded me of like the. Remember the movie Ted? Like when they see him, they're just like. But like he came down and then he like fucking he turned and he like looked and he was like, "I'll be right there." All right, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. Well, he ain't going anywhere either. He's fucking hitting it. Cast for Comic Con.
Yeah, true.
Well,
I'm
No.
sorry, I'm not gonna pay $40 for your signature.
yeah, dude. He was like hitting on little chicks and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
oh,
like,
yeah.
He's weird,
Yeah.
creepy old dude.
Fuck yeah. Speaking of creepy old dudes.
Why you looking at me, motherfucker?
I went to Mabry's track day today, and I ran into an old friend I used to work with at the motorcycle shop, and he's like, "Hey, what do? You got kids here?" I was like, "Oh, yes, sir, I do." He's like, "Oh, I'm
I'm just the creepy old guy sitting here staring at kids.
What the
Shut the
fuck?
fuck up, dude. He's a really funny guy, but he's like, no, he's like, I'm a grandpa now. He's like, oh, that's pretty crazy, man. Yeah, it's just crazy, like when you don't like connect with people for a while, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, it's like, whoa, I remember working at the fucking motorcycle shop. I'm not even drinking tonight. But now he's like doing insurance and stuff, you know, it's just kind of cool.
Your mom does insurance.
She does.
Does he do those phone calls about the extended warranty?
Ooh, I don't know.
Yes,
Man, that would have been well under. Well, that's
You're
it,
wrong.
man.
Just walk up to his car one day, like, hey, I've been meaning to talk to you about your extended warranty.
Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. creepy old guy. You want to hear some back history on some shit or what?
Fuck yeah.
Porcelain dolls.
What?
Yeah,
Weird.
that was the last one I got in the email. Porcelain dolls first became popular in the 1800s. They were made from a material called china and China.
Maybe that's something you should ask China.
And originated in Germany and France. Their hairstyles and clothing featured on the dolls mirrored what fashionable women in these eras wore at the time.
Oh, okay, they're Europeans, so where was all the hair at? Was it on their head, or how authentic was it? Some Europeans don't shave.
I've never seen a porcelain doll with armpit hair, so I gotta say I don't know if
True.
they're that authentic.
I just want to clear there, like, how accurate are these fucking things?
Let's see. Porcelain dolls were originally made to order by skilled doll makers.
Well, I
Yeah.
hope.
Sorry, unskilled doll makers.
Yeah. I'm not, so would you like to
Oh,
buy one of
speaking
these
of
shitty
that,
fucking dolls?
fuck Jeff
Yeah, he's one of them not skilled doll makers.
Take that porcelain doll and stick it over here.
Yeah, how's your porcelain doll running? Is it running good? Run it up your ass.
Yeah. Today, porcelain dolls remain popular, but are generally considered a collector's item rather than a child's toy, which obviously makes sense. I mean,
To me, they sound like a clever way to smuggle cocaine.
you know what? Just fucking thought about it. It's not a porcelain doll, but I do have. I don't know where it's at. But when I fucking move shit around, I'll show them to you. They're like glass fucking dolls that my grandma had. But they're not like shit like this, though. I was kind of pissed when we got fucking busted.
Wasn't full of cocaine or anything?
Negative. They were not the cocaine type.
It was a total loss.
Well, throw these away, you know what I mean? Use this. Taking up space. Just kidding.
Speaking of that, I probably should get them out. And have Jessica put them up or something.
Yeah, you should.
But yeah, that's the porcelain dolls.
Porcelain dolls.
Back
If
history
anybody
shit.
knew.
I mean, they're still 100% creepy. I don't know if that part was anywhere in the
Yeah, it
paper,
ain't
but-
fucking much worse than that.
See,
Right there.
Dude, that fucking great grandma made that.
I'm sorry.
It
I'm
is
sorry.
fucking
From the
weird.
back, it kind of looks like Beaker.
Yeah,
Look,
it kind of
look
does.
at the front if you want. Like your great grandma, bless her
Creepy.
heart, that thing fucking
Yeah, oh yeah.
something.
Yeah.
It stares into your soul.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
If you like voodoo and shit.
I mean, Ultimate
Yes.
Warrior can't even stand to look at it.
Yeah.
Jake's over in the corner like, fuck this.
This guy's like, oh, my
My,
God.
my fucking ring is pretty hammered. Good call, man. Speaking of fucking Ultimate Warrior, did you watch The Dark Side of the Ring?
I have not got to that episode
Really?
yet. I did hear that they did not touch on his WCW days. I think that was
Not really.
in there, really.
Not really. It's because we watched it. Me and Dagan watched it this morning. It was kind of interesting. I don't know. Like watching some of those documentaries and stuff, man. Like some of them dudes are like
fucking dicks, man. You know, I'm not gonna touch on the Ultimate Warrior thing, so I don't want to spoil it for you. But hey, we can talk about that on the next show.
100%.
Yeah. Just like, God damn, I'm sick of this fucking wrestling.
I mean,
It's all getting weird.
Yeah. No, the weird thing is that zombie shit.
yeah, that one to me was a little borderline ridiculous. Thanks again, Blue Tista. I don't even want to call you Batista. Blue Tista, thank you for that ridiculousness. I mean, a lot of people called that like probably the worst thing to happen to professional wrestling in the last 10 years. So thank you.
Yeah. So that was his gimmick, I guess? Not gimmick, but...
Well, basically, Batista's got a new, some sort of zombie movie. I don't even know the name right now.
Oh!
But he's got a new zombie movie on Netflix right now.
Huh.
So I will say the only cool thing about that is Tom Savini definitely had a hand in creating those zombies. Like, they were created well, but I mean, we're sitting here trying to legitimize a product, and you know, you're taking us back 10 years by once again
Yeah.
throwing stuff like that in there.
Well, there was that one that was pretty crazy with, I don't even remember the years or any shit like that, but do you remember when they do the fucking, they'd actually box?
The Tough Enough.
Yeah.
The Tough Enough competition. Yes, I remember it was Bart Gunn that won the Tough Enough competition. And I mean, originally, I don't think it was supposed to be set up for Dr. Death Steve Williams to win the competition.
Oh, that's right.
Because he was a
That's
big boxing dude, and out of nowhere, Bart Gunn ends up winning this competition, only to go on to get knocked out by Butterbean in seconds.
That's right. Yeah.
And nobody ever saw him ever since.
Yeah. Which is like pretty sad because that like fucked that dude's career up, essentially. You know what I mean?
100%.
We
I
were,
remember the smoking guns. They used to be pretty cool back in the day.
yeah. And then the one went to fucking DX or whatever.
Yeah,
No, it's Road Dog. Or,
Billy Gunn.
that's right. Yeah.
Yep, and it's turned into Badass Billy Gunn. And
Yeah.
then his theme song was Mr. Ass.
That's right. And
Yes.
shake his ass. That was the era where it was all like kind of sexual
Right.
type shit.
You had Sexual Chocolate Mark Henry back then.
Yeah.
Sable with just the handprints to
That
cover
was
up.
cool. I mean, yeah, that was cool. I was, I'm not gonna lie, I was more of a fan of Sunny.
And you've seen her lately, though.
Yes.
That old school Sunny when she was managing the Body Donnas.
Yeah.
That was good Sunny. Sunny nowadays, she scares and terrifies the shit.
More
out
like
of-
cloudy.
Very
You
cloudy
can't even really
with.
tell it's fucking her.
yeah.
Dude, speaking of sunny, the sunset right now is so fucking
I can see like
oh
the
my
red a
god,
little
it's
bit.
amazing. Like right there is the coolest thing I've ever
Really? Damn it.
seen.
That's cool.
Damn it.
That's alright, that'll be another one. Did you see that
No,
video
no.
of those owls that I had in my backyard?
I'll
I
let
do
you in
not.
on a little secret.
Stop.
They were remote control valves.
Yeah.
This guy had the remote.
Yeah, they're government owls.
No, it was pretty cool because like I just walked in here, you know, and I looked over there at that fence around the garden, and fuck, there's just a little one chilling there, and then all of a sudden here come like more. Couldn't really move, but just like sit there and stare at them. What do they call that? Fucking majestic.
Majestic as fuck.
Yeah.
Did you know there's a guy with a little dick that sounds like an owl?
I'm not familiar with this.
Did you know?
You already tried that shit.
What?
Does anybody know?
Yeah.
Well, we can't really. It would be funny if we could get people to like talk back.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You know what I was thinking about doing at
Pick
some
up the
point
phone?
in time? Yeah.
You
get like
don't
a-
have to be alone tonight.
We should get
Yeah. I
That'd
would
be
really like
awesome.
to get a landline, and then people could just like fucking call.
You
in.
can always set up those Google numbers too. That's how I take phone calls on my Twitch streams. Is just set up the Google Voice, and then when you're running the Twitch stream, since it's over your computer, it streams into the stream.
I gotcha.
Stream into a stream.
Well, we
Is that like
tried-
crossing the streams?
It's like two flux capacitors at once.
I can't handle it. I got short circuit over here.
Yeah, it would be cool to have like people call in. Oh, I just thought about something. So I'll do the podcast shout out thing.
Oh.
The Cast Ascendancy podcast, husband and wife, they're out of Mexico. And so what I was doing is I did some cross promotion with them and everything. So what I did is I just took a clip out of their recent podcast, and I figured it'd be kind of cool. You know what I mean? And then if anybody else wants, because I'll put it in the show notes and all that stuff, to go check it out. But
I know.
yeah, so they got a shitty review. Couldn't really play any more of that, obviously, because there was only a few seconds. But they said that that's that their podcast is like scripted and shit. Yeah, but yeah.
Who gives a fuck if it is?
Yeah, I know. Well, then she like went on saying like, you know, who the fuck wants to listen to us talk about our daily stuff? Like, hey, why didn't you do the fucking dishes? You know what I mean? Shit like that. But we haven't got a review yet. But if you guys would love to, go ahead and share our page.
Yeah, and follow.
Yeah.
Click that follow
Yeah,
button
that's
right
up there.
fucking there.
Hey, we actually do have one, but it's for Vander
shit.
High Design.
Or that too.
Yeah. Yep. Click like, comment, share, whatever.
All the good stuff.
We appreciate you.
And for all you crypto nerds, don't ask about any airdrops because it's not happening.
Yeah, so leave them the fuck alone.
These guys don't have any for you either.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
Yeah. So I guess we'll just get into the other one. Jed and Cody with Off the Cuff. I can't remember. I don't think their last podcast was on a Sunday, so I think is how their schedule works. It's just like whenever. You know what I mean? Pretty grateful that our fucking schedule works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It somehow works.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
All right, here's Jed and Cody. Yeah. Well, that's the end of the clip, but I mean, it's got a pretty solid point. You know what I mean?
It's one of the big things about Twitch stream right now is there's you got those certain people that just hop on there and then boom, they take all the viewers to them.
Okay, so do you want to see celebrity boobs or do you want to see boobs of somebody you know?
Well, maybe
Or
they should
a
have
little
a
bit of both.
celebrity only fans, and they can.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's not a bad thing. It's best of both worlds. I mean, you gotta pay that celebrity on me.
Well, you can. I believe you can use OnlyFans for other things too. I read something about that.
Oh,
It's mainly for exclusive
of
content.
course, yeah, of course.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, you can, but you're a lame one if you do.
But what if I want to start
Well, fucking do whatever you gotta do.
one? That'd be weird.
You can. Fucking, what I heard, you can do
Check out the
stupid
OnlyFans.
shit. Like you can take pictures of your feet. And
Yeah.
Chop that shit.
People are into a lot of weird things.
Yeah, very true.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah,
Whatever blows their hair back, right?
yeah, that's right. So you guys check their shows out.
Yeah.
They'll be on the show notes.
Off the cuff.
Yeah.
Cast descendant, say.
Yeah. Shout out to them guys. Mexico and Minnesota.
About the same thing.
Yeah. We're
Mexico, Minnesota.
rocking out of Casper.
Minnesota cuff. Yeah, we're in Castle, Wyoming. Damn it.
Is there? I wonder if there's like a. Do like people think like we talk different, like accent? Because when I go to Wisconsin, you can tell big time. Just like Minnesota.
Yeah.
See,
Minnesota.
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 No, that's kind of. Yeah. Wyoming.
Yeah, we just we're lazy is what I hear. We don't enunciate all the way Wyoming.
Really?
Getting.
I don't really give two fucks what anybody thinks anymore. You know what I mean?
I do.
I like the way. You know what I mean?
spell there wrong, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? You knew what I was talking about.
In my opinion, I think we have like the most generic. But I mean, maybe it's just because I'm from here, but I think we have the most generic accent ever. Like you got some people that got a little bit of a twang, but to me, I have a complete lack of accent. It's just the most basic English, no twang, no weirdness. Not that, not having an accent's cool, but just like we're just basic. Like not that you guys are weird, you guys are way cooler.
Basic. And we were talking about that. Pretty sure. Actually, Stevie said you're basic.
Oh man.
I tried to tell him like, dude, don't talk to me about this guy. He's your guest.
Oh
Just
Thank you again for making those little clips for us.
yeah, dude, those are way cool.
Yep. So if anybody's wondering where those came from, credit goes to that man right there.
Oh yeah. It's another thing I like to do with my downtime. I thoroughly enjoy messing around with graphic design. And right now I've got a program I can make intro videos, outro videos, any kind of business related. If you run into stream, if you're running a YouTube, like I can make you a video. It's definitely one of my side hobbies. I certainly enjoy doing stuff like that.
Yeah, we might have to talk afterwards.
100%. I promise it won't be basic.
Yeah, what are your smokes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep trying to put it out and then cherry falls and
Yeah, I got that from my sister. Shout out to Alicia.
Alicia,
It's like old as that thing's old, vintage.
it's pretty rad. It looks like it came out of a hotel lobby.
in the red light district.
Well, back in like the 70s, right? That shit was like back when they smoked indoors, you know what I mean?
Oh, when I went to the pump house the other day, they gave me a little tour of the basement. There's like an old whorehouse in there and shit. A lot of fucking going on in there. But they're just like weird. It was weird, like just weird little rooms.
I mean, I've never had a bad time when somebody said, "Do you want to tour my basement?"
Yeah.
Do I have to put the lotion on the skin?
So then I was thinking of like, is this like one of those Lethal Weapon 2 things, like where you walk into the room, there's like plastic on the fucking floor.
We're like,
You never watched that?
I was young, dude. I don't remember that shit.
It was a good movie.
Dude, those Lethal Weapon movies are dope. And Die Hard.
I never really got into Die Hard very much.
Get out of here.
That's it.
We're getting it, boys. Fucking done.
I don't know, I've got so much ADHD. I can watch a movie and then 2 days later it's brand new to me.
Yeah.
It's
like,
really hard for me to keep track of those kind of things anymore.
Yeah, what we was doing there for a while was like I'd watch a movie and then like I'd just write it down, but it got to the point where fucking I don't even really remember most of the shit that was in the movie. So, I mean, if it was something big like the Mortal Kombat, did you watch that yet?
Oh, yeah.
I was not disappointed.
Yeah,
I was
same.
not disappointed at all.
Like, the reviews are like, it was cheesy. Like, then you watch it, like, it's perfect.
See, and I don't think I ever watched the fucking second one, dude.
It was alright, but I mean, this new one just,
Yeah.
to me, it blew everything out of the water.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, anybody that thinks it's cheesy was probably born after.
Well, it is
that was
cheesy,
around.
and I think it's meant to be.
Well, cheesy in the
on
best
purpose.
of ways.
Like, yeah, it's
it's
on
like,
purpose.
like a fine brie. As
Like, what are you
compared to, like,
expecting? You're not gonna
some
get
sliced
a drop dead
pasteurized.
Sub-Zero performance. Like, for his job at Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Like, really, dude? No fucking way.
I mean, I'm really kind of hoping that The Miz gets the Johnny Cage role. I think The Miz would be
No,
almost
wait,
perfect
Ryan
for that
Reynolds,
role.
dude. He's a perfect one. Ryan Reynolds.
I never
Hands
really
down.
liked The Miz.
Fly would be perfect. I mean, Johnny
know,
Cage
Ryan
should be a
Reynolds,
movie star
dude.
douchebag.
I got a clip. I don't know if I deleted it or not. I showed it to Jake. So when I was playing that, I don't even remember what wrestling game it was, but it was like one of those promos. It wasn't a promo. He was like talking in the ring or whatever, but he's like, "Everybody, shut up!" Remember that? Yeah, that was pretty funny. But then I was like, better not put that on there. People might take it the wrong way.
I mean, I went to a Catholic school growing up, and when I was in school, one of the cool things that happened to us is we had the cast of The Real World come in and do a
crazy.
do some spiels for us.
It's better than getting your hair parted by the priest.
100%. I'm not going to talk about my altar boys experiences, but
Good thing he didn't have the voice of an angel,
I
right?
mean, it's just a little Jesus juice. But yeah, the Miz.
So like when you're driving your vehicle and if you're too tired, you just like throw your hands up in the air and say, Jesus, take the wheel.
I think there's a button for that too.
Yeah. Hold on, star.
Follow the star car.
Oh, so sorry. What was the real role?
Yeah, the Miz actually ended up coming and talking to the school, but that was when he was still just a Real World cast member because he was part of the Real World before he actually ended up on WWF.
See, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's how he got famous. Was he was one of the original Real World castmates when they were doing that reality show on MTV.
Yep, I do
The
remember
OG
that.
one in San Fran.
I'm not sure which one he was in.
That's the first one.
I really wanted
Dude
to
with
be on that
AIDS.
show when I was a kid, dude.
I didn't.
I really wanted to be on Barney when I was little too. but
Really?
that was a huge dream of mine. Never happened. Fuck Barney. Sorry.
The Real World, like, I know, I was like,
Hey, I didn't really follow it much, and I was just like, we're getting some Real World guys. So I mean, to me at the time, it was just Mike
Real
Zen, and I'm like, okay, all right. And then later, I see him in wrestling, and I was like, this dude came to our fucking school.
That's pretty cool.
What the fuck?
That's a cool. So was that here then?
Yeah, it was here over at like St. Anthony's basement in their little old get together lounge.
Weird.
Kind of came and did a little AMA with us and everything.
weird.
You know, I'm starting to like see, I guess. There's a lot of kind of actual cool shit that goes on there.
Yeah.
That nobody really fucking knows about, you know what I mean? I took Degan up on the fucking hill, yeah, right? The mountain the other day, you know? I don't know, it's just pretty cool. I'm pretty sure he had a good time. Fucking going up on the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got any facts to check or anything?
Actually,
The mountain is actually about
Fact.
30,000
The mountain
feet
is
tall.
pretty badass.
It's
Yeah.
about 30,000
Yeah.
feet above sea level.
In fact, I did think Stevie's brakes were gonna start a fire
Yeah.
going
Oh.
down that big.
Yeah. That time I went up there for that that bear trap, man, Sammy Kershaw's bus. It's like, I don't know how they get them fucking things up and down the mountain is beyond me.
I keep going to go back down and go through the fucking dirt road. And come out by fucking
Oh yeah,
Clark's
true.
Corner, man. I
Well,
just keep going
Yeah,
that
that's
way.
tough on your brakes.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that
bus
way
was
is better than go
hard,
back
I'll
down
say,
and fucking
right?
mountain.
Right, I have to take like 3 stops on the way down just to cool off a little
Yeah.
bit.
Oh, do you want to hear a poem?
I love poetry.
Would you like to hear a poem?
Yes.
Another one from the Sidewalk Ends, Shel Silverstone. The razor-tailed. Warren Hill. Oh my god, dude. Dude, I'll let you take over on that, buddy.
Where's it at? Oh, the razor
Yeah.
tail. The razor tailed Ren Hell pretend he's your friend as he cuts all the grass on your lawn, but do not gain anything. Sticking far out of swishity, it will be gone.
Heck yeah. Thanks for helping me out, man.
What the fuck does
This
it
is-
even mean? I think it
don't know,
means
there's
like
there's a lot of really weird poems.
backstabbing is what that means. Because the razor-tailed wren, with a wren is a real small bird, about that big.
Really?
Yeah, razor-tailed, so it's like you want to pick it up, it's gonna cut you. He's your friend as he cuts all the grass on your lawn. So do not. Is it give anything? Sticking far out. Yeah, or swishity, it will be gone. Yeah, he'll just fucking take everything from you. It's like a backstabbing ass motherfucker.
Gotcha.
I think.
Well, next week we'll have another one.
That's my analysis.
Yeah.
Analysis.
Yeah.
You can't spell analysis without
That's-
anal.
Jeez. I thought you were gonna say something was spelled wrong on there. I'm like, I took it right out of the
Well, yeah,
pocketbook.
I'm not gonna fucking sit here and fucking grade.
I
your
thought it
paper.
was like a poem on Razor Ramon at first or something like
Yeah.
that. Just throw the toothpick
I
at
love
the
it.
end.
Man, he was one of my favorites too. Razor Ramon.
Oh yeah, Scott Hall. He was one of the first wrestlers I ever met. I don't know if you got to go to any of the Nitros when they came here. They had a Nitro and a Thunder.
No, he's in the South Dakota.
Yeah, South Dakota. I
Yeah.
first moved to Casper in 2010.
I don't even remember what year this was, but it was my first interaction with a wrestler. My grandmother took me to the hotel. They were over, I want to say, at the Ramkota. And she ends up driving around with David Flair. Like, David Flair wanted to smoke a cigarette, and he was being bothered. And my grandmother didn't even know who the hell he was. And he was like, hey, man, if you want to hop in, and look like you're cold or whatever. And so David Flair ends up hopping in the Explorer with my grandmother, and they go drive off to smoke a cigarette. And I think I'm like 10, so my friend Chris and I end up hopping in the elevator to try to see all these wrestlers at the hotel. And it ends up, we get on the elevator, and we got Scott Hall and Kurt Hennig
Oh, that's
both
cool,
in the
man.
elevator.
I met Mr. Perfect. Fucking,
They were really cool. I just don't remember what Chris said. I just know he ended up saying something to him. They got out of the elevator. They both turned around, stared at us, and Kurt Hennig just called my friend a smartass. And then the doors just kind of shut in like slow motion, and I was like, bro, he just called you a smartass.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
He's like, cool, well, go fight him and get fucking body slammed in the pool.
yeah.
Of course, Ric Flair, he was at the bar.
Doesn't surprise me. He's looking pretty rough too. I seen him doing a commercial the other day. What the fuck was that commercial? I want to say it was like insurance or something. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That's when you know things are a little bit rough.
Yeah.
You know, you just
Well,
need a little bit more spare golf money.
The last time I looked, because I really wanted to do like one of those cameo fucking things for our show, you know. Ric Flair's is like $400, dude.
You want a cool
Fuck
one though,
that.
Lillian Garcia. Hers are pretty fairly priced. I got a really cool one from Lillian. It was about $40. I got it for my friend's birthday about 2 years ago, and she sang him "Happy Birthday." She was super detailed. Like,
Wow.
she is the coolest person.
I really, so I listen to Jim Cornette's podcast, fucking all the time.
Outlaw Mud Shows.
He's gonna be doing cameos again, but he like released when it's gonna be. I think they're gonna just say fuck it. They're like, hey, we play your clips, man. Just roast the fuck out of us.
Yes. Shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Outlaw Mud Shows, GCW Game Changer Wrestling is going to be in Laramie over Father's Day weekend. That's going to be, I believe, on Sunday. I want to say the 9th. They're going to be in Laramie, Wyoming. Game Changer Wrestling. It's like Nick Cage and Mance Warner. Moxley ended up showing up on one of the last shows and confronting Gage. I highly doubt we're going to get Moxley here, but it's pretty cool that we're getting GCW in Laramie.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I have fucking no idea about any of that shit.
There's so many different organizations
Yes.
right now. Like, really, there's so much to follow.
It's Gillette County Wrestling.
Yeah.
It's-
G-Town. There was one I saw what the fuck was it, man? Like all their promos and shit were so fucking horrible, man. They like have guns and shit out there and fucking money. Was it Game Changer Wrestling?
I'm not completely sure. There's so many. I mean, that could have
Yeah.
been somebody's backyard organization. I
Ah,
mean,
true, yeah.
There's Major League Wrestling. We've got Game Changer Wrestling. Those are two of the big up and comers. I mean, you got Joey Janela was really featured in GCW there for a
ICP
while.
Wrestling.
ICP did the Juggalo Championship Wrestling for a while. And then I think the big guys right now, who I would consider big, is you've got WWE, you've got AEW, which are kind of doing the head-to-head, kind of like WCW, WWF back in the day. And then you've got New Japan Wrestling, of course, and Ring of Honor. And then Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling's trying to make a come up. I gotta say, I really miss the six-sided ring. They're back to the four-sided ring. But as far as big organizations, I think those are like what the top 4 or 5 that we've got right now. But they all do weekly episodic television, so if you're trying to keep track of all that, like, good luck maintaining it all.
Yeah,
So-
you know,
Okay, so you got the 4-sided ring, the octagon, and the 6-sided. So it's like this 6-sided, like you haven't made it yet. You can't afford the other 2 sides, or
It was like an Impact thing back when they were TNA to kind of like make it a little bit
it's
different.
a shitty joke.
Well, no, I know, but it's just they were trying to be different, and then Hulk Hogan came in. And I mean, God bless Hulk Hogan, but anything he touches gets a little weird. He came in and bye-bye six-sided ring, back to regular everything else. But
I'm starting, like we were talking earlier, I'm starting to not care for Hulk Hogan very much. He was like one of my favorites back in the day, but
it's always fun to watch your childhood heroes deteriorate in front
yeah,
of your eyes.
fuck yeah,
Dude, it's
Marty
hot.
Jannetty.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Brooke Hogan's smoking on.
Yeah.
And then Hulk Hogan was dating somebody that resembled his daughter almost.
Yeah,
like they could have been
about
twins.
her age.
And that was when I was just like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
I mean, it's fucking Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? Here's a question for you, man. Do you think if Hulk Hogan was never around that, like wrestling went the way that it did?
I mean, Hulk Hogan, yeah, like he was a really big part of, I think, where we're at right now. I mean, he definitely carried the flag for many years, and I mean, he's still referenced to this day. You think about wrestling, and like 90% of the people are going to think about Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
I mean, he was on lunch boxes,
Yeah, he's a
paper bag
Babe Ruth.
sandwiches. He really was. I mean, yeah, you definitely got to give him
I gotta
credit
go
for that.
fucking do wrestling and all that. It's like first person, like Hulk Hogan. Like,
It's hard to
said
think of a
baseball,
bigger name.
Babe Ruth, and then football. I don't know. Fucking right. I guess you'd say Tom Brady.
Right. Well, that's where I'm at. Is like I don't really follow, I guess, football or basketball or anything else, but yeah, I just follow.
And Michael
follow
Jordan
wrestling.
basketball,
Right.
boxing, fucking Tyson.
Yeah.
You know, or Ollie.
Yeah, I mean nowadays you think like John Cena or Roman Reigns, but
Yeah, I haven't even seen that. Well, I don't really. Watch
Yeah, you
it
can't
that
see the
much.
John Cena documentary.
yeah.
Dude.
That
Hey.
slap button's getting hard.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
It's too fucking funny. Oh,
Did you see the John Cena documentary? Neither did I.
I mean,
You
with
see-
Randy
alright, I'm
Savage.
pulling your contract.
Randy Savage, I think, was one of the other ones that did really well. I mean, he was
Yeah.
gone before his time. He was great. Of course, Ric Flair. I think Roddy Piper. When I think of people like for pro wrestling,
Yes.
I mean, even Mr. T kind of like did his part, hopped in there, and really got
Yeah.
things going at that WrestleMania. So,
Yeah, and I can't remember. We watched it. I won't spoil it too much, but was it Ultimate Warrior that fucking only got beat one time, or was it Hogan?
Hogan.
It was Hogan. Yeah, he only got beat one fucking time, and it was by the Ultimate Warrior, I guess.
like back when he was starting, I'm sure he got definitely beat later, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that was
Yeah.
in his title run
Mhm.
when Hogan was coming up or whatnot. And Hogan let him beat him, for passing on, which didn't really work out apparently. But
Weird, cool,
I
crazy.
guess real quick before we get to the end of this, I got a really good wrestling question for you.
What's up?
Do you think the Undertaker's streak should have ended? And do you think Brock Lesnar was the right choice?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't really watch it that much anymore. But are you talking about like after he got retired, then he had to lose his title?
Well, for the longest time, Undertaker, he was like he went like 20-0, if not 21-0 at
That's
WrestleMania.
right, yeah.
Until he was beat by Brock Lesnar there, and
No, I think
the
that's
streak.
pretty lame, honestly. I mean, Brock Lesnar's from fucking South Dakota, you know what I mean? So it's hard to talk shit about somebody that's from your home state. But
Yeah, he's already a BC
yeah.
dude. He was already over. Like, did he really need that? I guess.
yeah, I don't think so. I mean, that's almost like that fucking Bret Hart thing too, where they fucked him. You know what I mean?
Bret and Shawn back in the day.
Yeah, well, it was, yeah, you're right, yeah. And then he, fucking Bret Hart flipped out, dude, fucking spit in McMahon's face. He actually went to the locker and fucking punched him, fucking.
Yeah, I guess Shawn, he was supposed to reverse the sharpshooter, and so
Yeah.
while Shawn had him the sharpshooter, they took that as advantage to call the match, and boom,
No.
Montreal screw job. Still 50-50 if it was real, but a lot of it was.
Oh,
the
yeah,
sting and whatnot,
yeah.
of course, but.
There was one where, I don't remember which Mankind book it was because that fucker did a couple, but when I was in prison, I came about one of them, and there was a match where he was going against The Rock, and I believe it was with the title. Well, Mankind was supposed to win, but The Rock just constantly kept beating the shit out of him, and Mankind was like, "Hey, man, I'm good, okay," you know, and he just fucking kept going. So
That Matt
fuck The
Phillips
Rock.
share
man.
shots.
Do you smell my
Yeah. Yeah. What do we got any comments or anything? Did we got anybody say anything?
Chad said, fuck Jeff Dunham.
Yep, hashtag fuck Jeff Venom.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks for that comment, Chad.
But really, not. No.
Well, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks
Are we
for coming
sitting
on,
at
man.
an hour?
Yeah.
Huh?
We're sitting at an hour already?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
fuck. That's badass. Well, hey, thanks for being here, man.
100%. I'm very introverted, so this is really the first podcast.
Well,
or live
good job,
thing
man.
that's going.
Congrats.
So,
You know, I don't remember if I was telling you or not, but anyway, fucking, have you noticed, like, shout out to John, that dude, I remember the first time he was on the show, like,
Yeah.
he really didn't say very much, you know what I mean? Same kind of situation, I believe, but, fucking the next, I mean, he just grew, you know what I mean? It was just like, fuck this shit, you know what I mean?
He's fucking doing cartwheels.
I did a cartwheel.
It's definitely helped me get out of my shell a little bit, guys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I really do appreciate it.
Well, yeah, that's what we like to do here, is help people.
Yeah, it's not like you're in front of a live studio audience or anything like that.
No.
So.
No, but yeah, check us out, Facebook, Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, all that good stuff. I don't really know what else to.
Yeah, I don't know. Follow again.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
All that
Vanderhead
good
Design.
shit.
Go check that stuff out. We'll be at the Con. The 26th. It would be kind of cool if we just like have somebody work there. They're like, hey, just fucking sit here and sell these paintings.
Just pay somebody.
Yeah, we're going to the lake.
Get a bum.
Yeah. Who's looking for a job?
He wants to make like nothing.
Yeah.
Just sit here at the
Yeah.
table.
But hey, the cool thing is you're surrounded with a bunch of cool art.
Yeah. You want some koozies?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing. We'll have some. We'll have a little bit of merch there too, so it'll be pretty cool. There's a design that I was working on today. Me and Dagan were. Turned out pretty sweet. Just have to put it on a t-shirt, but that might be the one. That might be the one.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, yeah, if you want to hit the button, dude. You want to hit the button, my man?
Forget about it.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you.